Welcome back to the channel. Today it's time that we add a little flare to this old gal. No, I'm not talking that flare. I'm talking Fender Flares. Let's get started. So if you've seen these around or own one, you know they all have the same problem. They all rust out right about there. It's just what it is. Just catches dirt. Was that a mouse nest? Nope, leaf, dry leaf. Anyways, they rot out all through here. You know, this one, it had the running boards, and so those were really bad. The back's usually just about as bad as well. This side, you know, same thing. You can't quite stick your finger through it, but I guarantee you if I pull this off, I probably can. That one. Oh, finger hole. Anyways, we're going to get these cleaned up. This side's just as bad. I can show you that in a little bit. But we're going to get these cleaned up, try and slow the rust down. We're not going to stop it. We're not going to patch this. We're going to put Fender Flares on this thing. Again, this truck needs way, and you guys have seen them, this truck needs way more work than it's worth. But it's just something to keep it on the road, keep it looking halfway decent for a little while longer. And that's the goal. We'll try and get it cleaned up, slow the rust down, and yeah, she lives for another day. So this one just happens to be bad enough that it's also, I mean, this started to fall off. I pulled on it the other day. This is where we're at. It's got this rotted out. Now we're not going to patch that. That's not what this episode is. In fact, I don't think that episode exists in my channel. We're going to slow it down. We're going to doctor it up, and we're going to make it look better. It's going to be a 20-yarder. So first things first, or last, or next, whatever. So we're going to get these screws out, get these beauty rings off of here, which just involves, and you've seen this, you know, a couple screws. If they're still holding on to anything, most time you can just pull them right off, like that. So now that that's removed, still got to pull the screw out. Got to go get a screwdriver anyways. I'll get a screwdriver. I'll get these out all the way around, and that in the garbage here. Nope. Okay, well. How bad is it? Well, it's bad. I mean, you can barely tell. It's good. Oh. It's alright. We're not gonna need this where we're going. What is that? I don't know. So the rust in here more than likely started from probably the inside and crept up. But I want to cut off the bad metal. It's a lot of it, but you know, whatever. Still, but to find it, you know, obviously we're not going to let this bubble stuff hang, so we're going to grind her down. Now, you can see just how bad it is. I mean, we're not kidding anybody. This fender is junk. You could patch this, but you need an inner and this fender. Probably not worth your time. Well, it's not worth my time. Might be worth yours, but anyway, so we're just gonna cut that bad stuff off. And the fender flare we're putting on goes up to about there. So as long as we stay down there-ish, got something to hang it on. people spray foam these. I don't know. Maybe we'll spray some, get this sealed up, and it'll rust out really fast. So we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll, well, we got to get this beauty ring off, so we'll get the screws off that I can't get out, and go from there. I was hoping if I cut a channel in the screws, I'd be able to sneak the old regular up there and pop them out. Hey! It's way easier. Let's find that in a minute. I cut a channel in the head of the screw, so like this one here, I can fit up in there and twist it. It's stuck, but we'll pop it out in a second. It wants to come out. There. So, same thing on this one. The head was gone, so we got that groove in there. Oh, that's better than it was. It broke halfway off. There. It's free! Alright, let's get this off there and get the rest of them cleaned up. So this one's not as bad. We got a hole, but it's less religious than the other ones. Get it? It's not as holy. Terrible joke. You know, I said that this side was the best out of the four. That'd be a lie. I mean, mediocre at best. You can see the rot we exposed, and this is why we're doing this. You get this kind of stuff, and it really should be, to do it the right way, you're talking metalwork. You can buy these to go over top, but then you do that, you're repainting this whole fender. And I'm not doing that. Instead, we're just gonna clean it up as best we can. Maybe put some rust retarding stuff here. Retard the rust a little. And just slow it down. I just want to buy a couple more years. You know, maybe I'll keep this truck forever. I doubt it. Maybe. Should just sell it. We'll try and blow all the rust and crap out of here. Same thing as over there. And then we'll try best we can to treat this, slow it down. Like I said, it ain't gonna stop it by any means, but we get some flares on here, you won't see it for about 3 years. Actually, I have no idea. Anyways, let me get the air hose. Gotta turn the air on. Next thing I'm going to do is it's called Etch Prime. It's in a spray bottle by Eastwood. You just gotta keep her wet a little bit. But what it's supposed to do is get into the little pits on the surface rust here and stop it from rusting. But more than likely this is rusting from the backside, so this isn't doing any good. Well, we're gonna do this anyways. Maybe. I sleep better at night thinking I did it. And maybe I bought myself, I don't know, a couple weeks. Let's swing over to the front, which needs a lot more than the back. Unfortunately, can't get there. Alright, so like I said, like we did back there, we're just gonna, you know, wipe it on there. See, it turns it black almost instantly. And that's really what you want. If it starts to smoke, that's when you can tell it's working. Actually, I have no idea. I made that part up. Sounds good though. Do not accuse me of saying this is how you do it. This is how I'm doing it, because I don't want to spend any money on this truck really. bare minimum. And the amount of effort, yeah, you could say it's more than I should, but I've got this stuff laying around for other projects, so might as well use it. Etch prime. Did I call it etch prime? No. Fast etch. So after the stuff's had a while to work, this is kind of what you're looking at. It's, you know, it just cleans it up, makes it so it's supposed to kill the rust in the tiny cracks you can't see that you can't get out when you're sanding. And this stuff's actually been drying for a couple days, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cover this with primer. So I'll slap some primer on this and the back over here real quick, and yeah, then on to the next step. So we got our bomb can, rattle can primer here, whatever you want to, whatever your favorite term is for it. We're just going to put a couple coats of pretty on here. I mean, I got it all taped off, as you can see. That's what we do. Let's really get in there. Soak it in. I think this is a definition of a Craigslist rebuild. Right here. So, this side's a little more difficult. Notice the big hole right there. And bring it around so you get a better look at this. So that's what we're looking at. And what the coverage area is going to be, which, you know, I'm not opposed to just painting this black, leaving it be. The problem is, in here, see that there's nothing to hang this on. There's no metal. I think we're just going to run a really long screw into the inner fender here, and that'll hold it on. And this will just paint black. So, long screw, black. So I've got this internal frame coating, and it comes with a wand, which we'll get to. But for this, I think we're just going to spray some on here. A little bit, maybe. There it goes. This is supposed to convert, encapsulate, all that, all in one. And it's running a little bit, but that's okay. And you got to remember, you're never going to see this, so it doesn't make any difference what color it is. And that's why we're using this. And hopefully, I've never used this before. I mean, I've used it before, but I've never seen the results. And this is going to get covered up, so whatever. Like I say, we're just buying a couple years, maybe a month. So here's that wand I was telling you about. Might have showed you this before, but anyways, it's got a little spray thingy. Sprays out, so you can poke it up into holes, spray things like that. Like in here. And honestly, if this was me and I had a newer truck, or a truck that wasn't covered in rust, I'd be doing this. Especially if you live anywhere near the rust belt. Oops, probably should cover the tires. Okay, that'll wear off. We'll wipe that down, it'll be fine. Alright, we're actually going to go do the same thing on the back now. Back, exact same deal. We've already wiped it down. We're going to get these holes sprayed up in here. And again, if you've got a truck that looks nice already and doesn't have cancer, there's holes in here. There's access holes to get into this cavity that rots out. Blow all that crap out of there, wash it out real good, let it dry, and then get some kind of, you know, rust preventer, whatever it is, internal chassis coating, you name it. Whatever you want to choose. Hell, use motor oil back there would work. Anything. You just have to do it more often. And then you'd have iridescent trails when it rains. DNR would love that. Oh. And you can, if you spray it across the entire side of the truck, lacquer thinner and a rag. Taping this off a little better probably help also. Let's not get carried away. Tape's expensive. Don't waste it. Like it never even happened. Surf Pro. Those guys are douchebags. Anyways, alright, so we'll keep going on this. Usually I'd tape over the rust pits where it starts to creep out, but I'm not real concerned on this one. Oh look, an access hole. Nope, rust. This stuff gets into everywhere. There's a hole here somewhere? Right there. So in case you do want to reuse this guy, did he make a prep spray? Which is basically paint thinner in a can. You just a couple blasts and she's clean. Use her again. But you do get one of these with every can for the other stuff. So you don't have to do that. I just do because it's nice having them around. One of these days I might get lucky and start refilling my own aerosol cans so I can buy the stuff by the gallon and save $8,500 million. Use my special masking tool. Cardboard. More mixing. Remember, we're buying time. We're not, it's not a beauty contest. You'll never see this again. And if you do see this again, I'll either be replacing the box sides or I will have been sideswiped by something and this damage will be so bad that they have to be replaced anyways. It won't matter. We're probably never going to do that because this is not a show truck. If I want a show truck, either start with one that was never in salt, limited salt, or just go down south. If your truck has the beauty trim, whatever you want to call it, you can either tear it all off and use the eraser wheel, but it kind of hides some dents on mine, yours probably as well, and maybe some of you have the chrome, hide it all chrome down here, and you don't want to do that, so I understand that also. So we're just going to trim it. We're going to get the 4-inch grinder and do that. We'll hold it, again, when this dries, we'll hold the, we don't have to do it on the front because conveniently that was gone. But this, we'll hold it up here and just kind of figure out where we need to go, and we'll just trim it. We won't get into the paint, we'll just get close and just rip it off. So we don't take off any more than we have to. Yeah. So now we're going to fix this. Shiny. These have two-sided tape on the inside. Before we get to that, we'll get the right drill bit and stuff. Well, the other day I thought I'd be proactive and had some self-tapping zinc-coated little screws, so I painted the heads of those, thinking they'd hide. But I didn't realize the holes on that are way too big, so now we're going to have washers. And 2 washers because I don't have the right size and I'm too lazy to go get it. Alright, after having said that I don't have the right size washers and I was just going to use these, that's not going to happen because for me to actually hit this inner fender here, I need a really long screw. So I guess we're going to go to Lowe's and we'll probably get the right size screw anyways. So we'll be right back. Well, since I had to go buy the right bolt anyways, I'm just going to do this and we're just going to paint them. Get both angles. So as I mentioned before, if you've got this beauty trim, we'll call it, and you don't want to take it all the way off, and why would you? We're just going to guesstimate where this thing's going. I mean, we just got to be pretty close here. Use a piece of tape. Mark it. And then the other side, okay, so that's guesstimated. If you don't have these, obviously don't worry about it, but if you do, then You don't want to take it off any further than you have to. You know, just kind of manipulate it a little. Careful, careful. Let me use this. So I plug it in. You don't want to go too deep here. One down. Chisel it back. Right about there. And then actually, if you got a sharp knife, it works really well, but I don't. So we're just gonna. There we go. So I didn't go all the way through. So I didn't expose more metal. Same thing on this side. Hopefully we got enough room. Sneak over here. That should be out of the way. Is it perfect? Nope. Worked for me? Yep. We'll wipe this down real quick. We'll get my drill. And nope, we still gotta wait for paint to dry. Dang it. Back to waiting on paint to dry. Again. Well, we got our washers done. And our bolts. So, ding. I got Fender washers. You can get them at most stores that carry them. Lowe's? I don't know. Lowe's has them, believe it or not. I think we're gonna try and set this first one. And the back of this guy, it's got the red stuff. That's sticky tape. And what I did was I went and I pulled little flags so I can get to the ones on the bottom easier, so I'm not fighting that after I get it up here. And then I think I'll try kind of let these guide me, you know. I think it's just going to go like that, and that's going to be kind of how we do her. And then we'll get a screw into this guy, which now that I look at it, we're going to need a drill bit. That'll probably fall on the floor before I get back. We'll try and put one in. See how we do. At the top here. How far over can I go? About there. That went right into rust, but it's holding it. So we probably don't need drill bits on the rest of them though. Bottom one on, right, drop the bolt. Gotta get in here with your shoulder. Like that. And then throw that on the floor. Get the tires in the goddamn way. Let's look up higher. Let's try higher up. I missed. Damn it! I mentioned I got one drill bit in, or one bolt in. Try drilling this one here. Yep, we're going for it. Going for it. I got it this time. There we go. And I forgot to pull the stuff off of that. Take that one out. Shoot! Why didn't you tell me? You knew. You knew. we do that. Well, I started that anyways. Get it ready. It's in. That looks like it's pretty close to being in. I would consider that doable. I'm not left-handed. You left-handed people out there are just laughing it up. That would be too. Seriously. I think we drilled that in the wrong spot. Sure did. You gotta put the bottom on first. That is key. And I didn't. For a couple reasons. One is this is very inconvenient to get to. Yep, meant to do it. Why did this one cost you so much? Okay, and that's how you install the left side on the right. Oh, same thing on this side. Pulled the sticky things off already. Just kind of scooch into place about there. That's good. This is going to fit pretty nice. It's going to screw in the top here before it falls down. It's going to drill right into a whole bunch of rust, but that'll work. Oh, maybe not. What the fuck are you going into? Next, I guess? Shit. Well, it's on. So I just ran one down underneath here, and I'll probably do the same over here because, you know, it makes the most sense and it's easier than fighting this son of a bitch. This side's actually not bad. All right, same as the other side. We'll line up the body lines to this thing. Kind of scooch it on, I guess, best we can. It looks like it feels right. It's up against the top. It's going to screw in the top. I wouldn't say it, you know, burrowed into a lot of solid steel there, but it did something. What do you think? 1, 2, 3. I say 4, 5. There ain't much in the top to screw into. We'll put 2 more in there. Well, so the worst part about this is there's nothing here for these to screw into. So we got to catch the front and up here. We probably should have got a different style that had screws all around the top. fact, that's probably why they make them. But we didn't. So here we are. So I'm hoping that tape will hold on the top. And we got a decent screw here. And then we'll get one in over here. So let's get this tape ready and pray. This could be the same problem the other side had. Throw 800 million screws on the ground. That should be right. It says it's right. I don't know. Ah, fingers are involved. Very clamped. Took off on me. Ow! You can see where the circle was. It got me. Ouch. Let's put that on number 1. I don't think we're quite. A little slower. Okay, now for the least one, or fun one of all. Alright, run the last one again. Peeling this godforsaken stuff off that I can't see because I need trifocals. So, okay, that's our jam. That's it right there. She's on in some spots, not in others. Like I say, we got a screw in the front, or top, or remember there's nothing here, so it's got to be like here, maybe here, here-ish. One about there, but let's do one in the front first. Just to hold it on so she doesn't fall on the floor. Left-handed. Don't smash your finger. Don't smash your finger. No idea how I did that, but it did. Okay. We got meat up to here. So we'll put one in up here and just not cinch it down real tight. Fingers. There you go. And you put one in the corner. Pushing here should cause this to go like that. Grip more, which it does. It probably grips less at top. Yeah, well, is what it is. Hopefully, we can get this in there. Ish. There! Look at that! Classic! Huh? Yeah, that's so air can flow through better. Well, we got them on, finally, and here she is. Like I say, it's not a perfect paint match, but we don't care. If you get down and look at it, again, yep, it's whatever. This one. Looks okay to me. Like I said, it's a work truck. It's not meant to be perfect. It's just meant to not look like total garbage. And again, I think we did it. So, I think that does it for this project. I noticed a few other things when I was working on it that we will probably be adding to the list of projects we're going to do soon. That being said, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next project.